Most people think RSI is just for spotting overbought and oversold conditions. Buy when RSI hits 30, sell when it hits 70. That's what the textbooks say. That's what most traders do. But what if those aren't actually the levels that matter? I rebuilt RSI from scratch using a completely different approach and tested it across 8 crypto pairs over 6 years of data. And one specific time frame stood out from everything else. Here's what I found. Here's the problem with buying at 30 and selling at 70. It fights the trend. In a strong bull market, RSI can stay above 70 for weeks. Every time you sell at 70, you're cutting your winner short while the market keeps climbing. And RSI at 30 during a bear market? That's not a bottom signal. That's just a market in free fall. So instead of fading extremes, I used RSI as a momentum indicator. When RSI is above 50, bulls are in control. When RSI is below 50, bears are in control. The 50 line is the dividing line, not 70, not 30. And when RSI pulls back to 50 and bounces, that's not a warning. That's a re-entry into the trend. This strategy is built entirely around that idea, using 2 simple signals. Signal A, momentum cross. The RSI has its own moving average, a 9-period EMA plotted directly on the RSI line. When RSI crosses above that EMA, and the EMA is already above 50, that's a momentum confirmation signal, not just a cross in the right direction, in the right zone. Signal B, 50-level retest. When RSI climbs clearly above 56 and then pulls back to the 44 to 55 zone while the RSI moving average is still holding above 50, that's the retest entry. The trend hasn't changed. RSI just took a breath. This is where trend followers add positions. Either signal triggers an entry. Both have the same conditions. Price must be above the 200-period EMA and volume must be above 0. The EMA 200 keeps us on the right side of the bigger picture. Exit is simple. When the 20-period EMA crosses below the 50-period EMA, the trend is over. We exit. That one rule catches the end of most major moves without getting shaken out by short-term dips. For the stop loss, 1.5 times ATR below entry price. Dynamic, volatility adjusted. To test this properly, I used Freqtrade for backtesting. Here's the exact setup. Exchange, Binance Spot. Pairs, 8 assets, all large cap, high liquidity. Time range, May 2020 to March 2026. Nearly 6 years of data covering a full bull market, a brutal bear market, and the recovery. And I tested 6 different time frames, from the 1-hour chart all the way up to 12 hours. Let's go through them. The 1-hour chart returned 2,203% profit. Sounds decent, but it generated over 3,700 trades and the drawdown hit 36%. Too much noise, too many fees. The 2-hour chart, 2,983%. Fewer trades, drawdown improved to 24%, but the win rate sits at just under 25%. Not bad, but not the best. Moving up to 6 hours, 6,222% profit, 20% drawdown, 556 trades. A strong result and very close to the top. 8 hours, 4,727%. The total return starts to fall. Signals are coming in too slow. You miss part of the move before entering. 12 hours, 3,036%, and the drawdown jumped to 45%. Too slow. By the time the signal fires, the trend is already well underway. Now here's where it gets interesting. The 4-hour chart. 6,047% total profit. $1,000 became over $61,000. 855 trades across 6 years, about 1 trade every 2.5 days. Maximum drawdown, 18.5%. The market itself returned 1,656% over the same period. This strategy returned nearly 4 times that, with less than half the drawdown of just holding crypto. And what I find most interesting about 4 hours versus 6 hours, yes, 6 hours has slightly more total profit, but it has higher drawdown and fewer trades, meaning each signal carries more risk. The 4-hour chart gives you more entries, better risk distribution, and still the strongest overall return. If you want to test this yourself, the full strategy code is available in the description below. But let me be clear, this strategy is not perfect. It has drawdowns, losing streaks, and flat periods where the market is ranging and the strategy simply waits. And because it's momentum-based, it performs best when markets are actually trending. Before going live, I'd strongly recommend at least 2 months of paper trading and running your own backtest to make sure it fits your setup. If you're serious about building automated strategies from scratch, I also have a full Freqtrade course in the description. It walks you through everything step by step. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next strategy breakdown. I'll see you in the next one.